Hey, this is Philip again. If you're new to Shopify platform, then I think this video will help you to understand how the Shopify CLI works with your theme customization project. So without any further delay, let's go ahead and install these requirements. So right now I am using a Linux environment. It's Ubuntu 22 edition. So I'm gonna jump in to this requirements. Other operating system, you can also follow this steps, and Windows, and for me, for Linux. So the first requirements is the Node.js. So you're gonna install it. Node. By the way, in Ubuntu we have the Snap Store. The Snap Store will provide you to easily install what are those apps that are available in the repository in Linux environment. Now I think it's done. Next one. So here we have a following commands, like if you want to update or upgrade your repository in your Linux, then you can do this line. But for me, I think I already done that, so I'm gonna jump into the next one. Terminal, open it, paste, password. Okay, let's see, next one. The fourth one. Then the Git. Alright, so I think that's all. We did it, done, installed those requirements. Now let's go to our VS Code. Open your VS Code, and we're gonna close this first. Open terminal. So now how you're gonna install the Shopify CLI. So we already done those requirements. Now once you install the Ruby requirements dependencies, then now we are going to look what the commands that we have to use for installation in Shopify CLI. So we have the gem command. So we're gonna look at if gem exists. Alright, so we have 3.3.5. So it means that we are successfully installed the Ruby environment. So I think we have to execute this gem install Shopify CLI. And just for a few seconds it should be done. Okay, sorry, I think I need to add sudo password. In few seconds it's done. So gonna execute Shopify version if it's already done. Good. Now what's the next steps? I need to create a folder where I'm gonna place my files for the theme that I'm going to create. Let's ls maybe probably I'm gonna make main key dir Shopify theme Shopify theme done. Let's say done. So we're gonna change my directory to that. Okay, I think the best way is to open that folder, Shopify theme done. Open terminal. ls. Now it's empty. Now if we're gonna look back the references command, now we're gonna jump into the next steps for the available commands. Alright, by the way, if you are a starter front-end developer and you are exploring the Shopify environment, then I think you need to create your own partnership account, so you can easily create your own development store to explore more how the Shopify works and the theme customization works. So you can easily visit this link, partners.shopify.com. Then you can click this join now. So I think I currently log on to my account, then I will going to open this store for development I created. If you want to create a new one, then you can just click add store. Then you're gonna fill in all of those requirements required to create your first development store. So it seems like my internet is too slow. Okay, just gonna wait for a few seconds. Okay, so now we have a different type of, they have two types of store. You can choose the development store and the managed store. So for example, if you are currently engaging with the clients, then the clients doesn't have a store yet, then that would be a great for you an opportunity to create a revenue share from their subscription. So basically it would be great if you were going to start and you'd be the one to open up the store from the development and goes to the live store once your project is done. Alright, so we're gonna jump into the store that I created. Log in. Okay, so if I'm gonna open the online store, then themes, all the themes that you added should be listed here down to here. So now if the first thing you have to do is to log in to this store using your Shopify CLI. So if you look at the list of the commands, I think this is the one thing that was not listed yet, but some of these commands that are not really open, I mean it's only a seldom that you are going to use it. So for me, I will just only demonstrate you what are those commands that I've been usually use, like init, pull, push, publish. No, I didn't do that. Log out and log in. So that is the most things that I use every day during the development of the project. So other than that, I think you can try to explore it, and probably you can look at it once you are familiarized how this Shopify CLI works. Okay, so now let's execute this command Shopify theme init. So it will initialize to build the theme. So in Shopify we are base our theme in a Dawn framework theme. A Dawn framework, it was developed to address the issues of the page speed performance. So in other words, it seems that the Dawn framework will help us how we can going to construct our theme with the best practices and to eliminate those issues that happens when the project is done, that it will slow down your theme, I mean your storefront. So we're gonna discuss that, I think, in next video. But for now, let's go ahead again to this purposes. So let's go back to what we have. So now I think I have to execute this theme init. So let's say Shopify theme init. It means I need to clone those Dawn theme from the GitHub, and I will say Dawn. Anything that you want to name your theme, it's alright. Alright, so it's just an instant, it will completely download to your local environment. Open this folder. Where is that? It should be here. Okay, so open the terminal again, and we have this structure of the Shopify theme. So we have the assets, where all your CSS and JavaScript are located. We have the config, it's all JSON. The config will involve all the settings from your homepage and other indexes that will store to this file. The layout, this is the main brain of all of your structure. I mean, this is the central core of the Shopify. All of those files that you added in the sections will be rendered on this layout dim.liquid. And I think the localist is the translation of those languages. By default, this is an English default JSON. So I think you have to familiarize as well the JSON, how the JSON formatting works, and how you are going to understand it. And the section, this is the sections of your site. Like if we're going to visit the, we will say lenliana.com. So if you're going to inspect it, there are multiple sections in the Shopify structure. If you say the header, the banner, they have a different sections. So this is how the Shopify structure constructed. So this will be the one to look for every division to your layout for your front end. Like in the schema, you can also use this schema for a different variable to host those value inside on the section. The snippet, it can be a reusable codes that can be called to any part of your sections. So that is the good thing. And the template is the one will reconstruct those URL. Like for example, if you have a different pages, so I'm gonna try to open this this is a shop now. So the shop now, we have this directory, and if you look at the template, we have this collection. So this is the structure, how the Shopify works with the templating of their theme. So if you're going to add additional page, then you have to follow what is exactly the same, like page.contact.json. I think you will be understand that once you've been doing that for few months, then you will be familiarized. I think so that's it. So we're gonna go back again, and since that we already have these files as initialized files from the GitHub repository from Shopify. Now what we need to do here, if you are familiar with Git, it's a version controller. So any files that you change, then basically we need to track them, and we need to look at it how these changes evolve in many instances. So what we need to do here is to initiate this git. So I have to add these files to a git header. So now when I look at the branch, if branch is added, by default it should be I think there's no yet. So I'm gonna create my branch like git branch dash aim, then I will say main. Okay, git branch. Okay, git branch. I don't sure why it was not displayed. Okay, I think somewhere that I think I have to add these files first. So let's try to add git commit dash aim updates first file. I think I will add first added files. Alright, so it's added now. Git branch again. So we did there. Okay, so it's there. So I think that's the thing that it was not visible because there's no file added yet. Okay, now this is the one way that I wanted to track what are those changes that I did. So in front end development, like for example, if we want to explore those elements, then I need to add some comment within the HTML DOM rendering. So now we don't have that theme yet that is visible to the store that I created in here. So what I need to do is to duplicate this. So I want to duplicate this because I want to post those changes on this duplicated theme. So in some best practices, I don't want to touch this live theme because it is a critical theme, and anytime if you will gonna post this to the live theme, then it seems that it's a worse scenario. So probably I'm gonna do my changes first on my own theme. So I'm gonna rename my theme. So you can rename your theme, like you're gonna say Dawn theme Philip. Save. Okay, so the next thing is to log in your Shopify CLI to the store. So the command will be like this: copy this URL first, then go back to your IDE, then you're gonna say Shopify login parameter store equals the URL of your store. Gonna remove that extra characters equals. Okay, so it's initializing now. Alright, so I think I'm successfully logged into that store, but sometimes maybe I was logged in earlier, so we're gonna do log out first. So you will see how this authentication behaves. Oh sorry, log out. What the heck? Log out. Okay, so when you log into this store or any store, it will prompt you to enter your credentials. So it will pop up the new tab and you can select those emails that's associated to that store. So you're gonna choose DSP Gmail and save, and then go back to your IDE, and now it says that login to the store in a partner organization, manage velocity. Okay, so then I want to check what are those existing themes on my store. Like I'll say Shopify you're gonna start always in Shopify command, then list. Alright, so it says here there's a live theme and there is my duplicated theme, so I want to post my changes on this duplicated theme. So if you will see here, I did not change anything yet, but if I want to change something, like I want to add a comment or probably a debug or console to your DOM elements, like I will say in the body, I want to check if this is visible to the front end. I'm gonna save that. Save. Okay, so once you gonna save, then now you will find in the left side that it will provide a hint that there is one file has been changed. If you're gonna click that, it will pointing to the theme that liquid changes. So this is also the things that you need to learn about the GIT or the Git controller, and I think I'm gonna pick up that soon in the next video. Alright, so now I'm gonna post these changes to my theme. So the command is Shopify theme.push. So I'm gonna choose number 2 because I don't want to push that in the live theme for now, since it's not final and I think that it's not final yet. So I'm gonna test it first before I will push it to the live theme. Okay, so I'm gonna wait in the first push these changes, then it will take a few seconds, but in a second time I think it will pass later. Okay, alright, so it's done. Now I'm gonna look at where I added that changes on the theme.liquid. So what I did here in the body, it's here. Okay, I added those. Oh, this is not my changes yet. This thing. Okay, here. So I added my changes on the body after the first body line. I'm gonna open it. I'm gonna close that. I'm gonna preview this theme. Right click, preview. It's a little more delay. So I'm gonna inspect this storefront and look at here, it's here. So it means it's rendered what I am modifying to this file. Then the other command that I think I did not talk about yet is the pull. So like for example, pull can only be used if you have some changes direct to your theme, like if you want to add different sections, or you can remove some sections like this. So if I want to remove this section, remove that section, then save. So I want those changes will be added to my local environment, so I think the pull will be applicable for now. So theme pull. Then I want to select number 2 because the changes was made in this theme, Don't theme / Philip. Okay, now you see here there are a lot of added changes on this file. So what I did earlier, I think I added, oh no, sorry, I removed. So I removed these sections. So now I think it's totally the same on what I did on that files. Click that again. If you look at here, okay, I think this is not the one. We'll check this default. So when I deleted this section, okay, I think where did I change it? Save again. Okay, now if I want to apply those changes, I think these changes was copied from where we duplicated this theme. So in other words, this changes is coming from this duplicated source. So it's also added now in my initiated theme. So I want to make it sure that everything is clear. So we're gonna git add again, then git commit dash m updates. Okay, so if I will going to do something on like for example, I'm gonna remove this back. I'm gonna remove that, save, then I'm gonna post these changes to my theme. Okay, then I will going to customize it. Oh sorry, I'm gonna refresh it from the front end. Okay, so now the testing comment, it's gone. So you're gonna go back here. Okay, so I think everything is matching now, so we're gonna remove this. I will try to remove, like I want to just to find out how exactly this theme push and pull are being used for Shopify CLI. I'm gonna remove this feature so it's become empty just to try. So I think this will be happen to my store. So like for example, if something like this, then you forgot to pull your changes. We're gonna try to refresh the site, this preview site. Oh sorry, I think this is a preview one. We're gonna close that, close again, then preview. Okay, so I was previewing on the Don Team Philip. So now this is the actual presentation or result from your changes in your team. So what if you are going to push those changes you did on your environment without polling it? So this is what I wanted you to understand. So it should pull those changes first from the store before you are going to deploy your changes from your local. So like for example, I'm gonna post these changes to that theme. Then what will happen to your store? Do you think that the store are still the same like this? Then it will not. So we're gonna refresh it. We're gonna try. Look at that. It reverted back to the original settings that we did. So this is the way that you have to encounter that. In some cases you must pull it first before you're pushing your changes. So we're gonna do that again. So we must clear that everything is clear. Okay, remove, save. Okay, so I don't want to happen this again. Then what I need to do is to pull that changes from my theme, pull, then number 2. Now if I will going to post this, okay, now refresh again, refresh that, okay, still the same. If I want to post it back, those changes, number 2, then refresh the site. Alright, so it means there are now the same changes between your duplicated theme and your local environment. And then of course the Git will help you to understand and to track those changes as well. Like you're looking to that in the red corner, this is the one that's been deleted, and in the theme, that liquid, it's also doing some changes on the background. Yes, so I think it was removed other conditions. Oh, I think it's just the same, but it's added and okay. Yeah, I think it's alright. It's just moving this else to the next line. So sometimes it happens like that, but I think you must understand those syntax for liquid, CSS, and so forth. I think there's a lot of things that I can discuss in the next video, but this time I think this is already completed. So probably if you have some questions, then don't forget to comment on this video. I think that's all for now. Thank you for watching and hoping to see you next time. Bye.